All right, here we go. Is this it? No. No, that's a big factory. Yeah. All right. Is it this one? Do you see a lighthouse? Nope, but there's the beach. There's the beach in Lake Erie. Oh, God, it's right in front of us. Okay.
What?
Here it is. It's Elm Street. Here's Veterans Park.
Oh, this is much bigger than I thought.
Yeah, okay, so there's Veterans Park. Oop, stop sign for us? I don't know. The state of New York. We are right on Lake Erie, and then there's...
Oh my God, there's mist on the water.
I know, and here is the lighthouse. All right, Dunkirk Lighthouse. There's the beacon.
You see people up there?
Supposedly you hear people walking the towers. Okay.
Yeah, there's a tugboat.
Yeah, we're gonna walk the grounds first, but let's get out and meet Dave, our guide. So we arrived at Dunkirk Lighthouse. We are currently walking the grounds, hearing the history, learning how they moved the lighthouse over once Lake Erie had actually eroded most of the cliff off. Tons of big fat woodchucks we saw running around, so we got to kind of watch them for a while. They were super cute. Of course, once we finished with the grounds, we had to climb the tower. And by we, I mean myself and our tour guide, Dave. Devan and I are both super terrified of heights. However, I absolutely could not pass up this opportunity to push myself to my limits, face my fears, and I am so glad I did. Once I reached the top, the view, absolutely breathtaking. Lake Erie has some of the best sunsets in the world, and seeing it at the top of a lighthouse, you absolutely cannot beat that. Now it's time to gear up, get ready, and we are getting started. All right, guys, we have made it to the Dunkirk Lighthouse. We just did a full tour, kind of know what we're looking for. The grounds are absolutely beautiful. Devan, thoughts?
Really, it's just looks kind of creepy. It feels creepy on the inside. That's pretty much all my thoughts for right now.
They have ships over here, or not ships, but boats. Should I carry my sunglasses? I want to see the tank real quick. So, we were in the gift shop. We got to take a quick tour with the volunteer tour guide, Dave. Very informative. So originally the lighthouse was put here in 1875. It was actually over there where those boats were, but they moved it after erosion. It was too close to the water, so they took it down brick by brick, put it over here. It originally had a round tower. This was the Victorian era, and they didn't like it, or Victorian era. They didn't like it, so they built a square tower around the circular tower. I'll show you that later. But it is also a military museum, I guess. So they have some cool stuff like this tank over here. This is a World War II. So we started investigating and we were using an external mic, which just was giving us so many problems. We were also live streaming. We were doing a Facebook Live. So I'm not sure if the in and out audio was due to the like poor internet connection where we were, if that was the problem with the Facebook Live and it just wasn't picking up what we were saying, or if it was the external mic. Um, so we decided right here where Devin is walking over, we're placing a digital recorder on a half door, which would have led to the lighthouse keeper's room. They slept on the first floor. We then go upstairs to the second floor and continue investigating, leaving the digital recorder downstairs on the first floor. At one point, while the digital recorder was still going, Devin and I went out to the gift shop and decided to even have a cup of coffee. He had hot chocolate. Um, and we completely left that digital recorder recording. However, we did catch a lot of things, a lot of sounds while we were not in the building. I am going to play those now over top of us record or investigating still upstairs, because some of it was caught while we were upstairs, but you'll hear us talking in the background. So the first recording you're going to hear is actually right after we set the recorder down. It sounds almost like a hi or an I. It is a faint whisper. Listen now. It's going to be about 6 seconds in. So this is the military floor. There's one room for each rank of the military. I'll show you guys real quick. Did you hear it? The next sound you're going to hear is us very faintly talking in the background, but you're actually going to hear some knocking. Right about here. Did you catch it? This next recording, we have already left the building. This is now 15 minutes into the digital recorder running, okay? Again, we get a lot of knocking while we're there. This is another set of knocking. As the night progresses, the knocking and the footstep sounds be- begin getting louder and louder and more prominent. This is another one that sounds like a footstep or knocking. It's about some minute and a half after the last one. So this is about 16 and a half minutes into the recording session. This next recording is about another minute later. You're going to hear the clock chime for the hour. You'll then hear some more knocks, followed by several either tinking sounds or chirping sounds or something to that nature. About another 40 seconds, more knocking. Followed by more what sound like footsteps. And at that point, everything just seems to stop. So we think that everybody, for the most part, whatever is making the sounds in the house, is done with us. But then jump ahead almost 30 minutes later, and you hear more shuffling. So at this point, we are back in the house, and we are trying to do what's called the Estes method. Check it out. You just talk to him, and he's going to hear you through here, but we were trying to set something up. You put it in your pocket.
Close?
You don't need to be that close to him. Do you want him to stay right here, or can he go sit down there?
Please?
Please have him sit.
Free.
Please free. Are you trapped?
Maybe he was free? Talking about?
Sit on the steps. Just sit on the steps.
Right there.
Yes, I want him to sit right there. Is that okay? Are you still here with us?
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you enjoy having visitors come by?
You're here by something.
We also live right on Lake Erie. We're from Erie, Pennsylvania, so we've been to several
Something.
We've been to several Lake Erie lighthouses. Are you a former keeper?
There are.
So are there more than one keepers here?
We can something.
Are there families here as well?
It sounds like a signal, like a burp.
Do you still track
Thank
the
you.
weather?
Right.
Lake Erie has crazy weather. We understand this. Did you enjoy your time here at the lighthouse?
Go up or something. Something up.
You had to go up the tower? Or you want us to go upstairs?
You're playing or something. That was really loud.
Is this Mr. Arnold?
To go. Say, bird, goose.
Is this Mr.
Something.
Is this Mr. Dempsey? Is this Mr. Gannon?
Ready?
Mr. Gannon, is this you?
I hear something. Sand, maybe?
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm here.
Is the person here a man or a woman?
Stranded.
You're stranded. Were you?
Hell.
You're stranded in hell? Is this your personal hell?
Day something. I think I heard honey, you.
Were you a shipwreck
Invite.
victim? Were you a shipwreck victim that was invited in?
Tell us. Every time they something. Nothing.
Are there multiple people talking to Devan?
11.
So there's 11 people here?
Spin. Wow, hold on. Ooh.
What happened?
I heard it say spin. I feel like in my mind I'm like spinning around. I'm getting dizzy.
You okay?
Teabag.
Teabag. Are you?
Oh, I think it said, "What are you doing?"
Are you touching Devan?
Boots. Bedroom.
Boots in the bedroom.
You're in the.
Are you attached to the boots in the bedroom?
Your bed.
Are you?
Or your bed.
Is it your bag? Are you the one that tracked
Hello?
the travels on your bag? Hello?
Move out of. Go ahead.
Do you want me to leave?
This is something.
Are you a soldier?
We're not here to speak or
I'm sorry. If you do not want to speak to
ask.
us, should I have asked your permission to speak first?
I think I heard get out. Believe.
Would you like to speak with us?
Fourth.
Would you like us to leave?
Project. 4.
This is a project for us. This is my son. I am his mother, and we do this together as a.
Go somewhere.
We do go places. Do you want us to go somewhere? Are we welcome in the house?
You buy or you something. Heard. This is joking or something.
Do you like Dave?
It's closing down, I think.
Dave does close it down. Does that bother you when he closes it down and leaves for the day?
Why can't we?
Why can't you what? What can we help you with?
Characters.
I asked if it bothers you when Dave leaves and you said, why can't we? Do you wish to leave as well?
Chicken.
This used to
That's
be
not a kid's voice too.
This used to be a fully functioning farm. Did you have chickens?
Right under
here?
gas. Here. Ooh. It's like an old man going, huh?
Almost time
Almost time for what?
for Kev, I think.
Is it almost time to go up and check the light?
Talk 12, I think. Maybe talk something.
At 12 o'clock, do we check the light? Did I just hear you bang on something?
Doctor.
That was the doctor
When
that
a
banged?
patient that bleeds.
Are you a Civil War doctor? Were you part of the hospital that was here? Dave told us there was judges.
I think I heard he's good or something good.
A doctor would be good. We're lucky to have you, and I appreciate you serving in the Civil War.
Here.
You died here?
Help me in. You guys, that was a little kid. You guys.
I heard it. It sounded like a little boy. Do you enjoy talking to people?
Arthritis, I think it said. Are you mad? It's me. I love something.
Are you Mr. Sinfield? I just talked about you today about the arthritis. You got shot in the knee? Are you Mr. Sinfield?
Help us, I think.
Do you need help attending to the light? You and Mrs. Sarah Sinfield? Mr. William Sinfield?
Is that okay to...
It's okay if you need help.
Listen. Cough, cough. Great taste. Watch me. I'm claiming help or something.
Mr. Sinfield, did you have arthritis while you were here?
Channel?
Did you watch the channel? I know right outside this property is the New York channel.
Hold on, what was that? No.
Are you one of the lighthouse keeper assistants that had to walk back and forth over the wooden planks?
Friendly? Carefully? So? Still?
Carefully so, you had to walk over? You still walk over there?
We just went.
You just went over to the other lighthouse? Did you catch that? If you notice, Devan has on a black sweatshirt and blackish sweatpants. I know they look kind of brown, but they're black. You'll also notice there's no green grid lines anywhere on his clothing. So did you catch the floating green orb that went past his leg? Check it out again in slow motion and let me know what you think. Keep this in mind. It's coming back again later.
We just went.
You just went over to the other lighthouse? Should we be investigating outside? Are there still people outside on the grounds?
Hey, it's a female now.
Well, welcome. Is this Sarah Sinfield?
What are your...
Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Secret? Yeah, something. I'm not.
Mr. and Mrs. Sinfield, are you here?
First. Woman, I something.
You were the first woman. Yes, you were. You were the first woman to receive a pension. That is excellent.
Have her be there. 11 years old.
Are you the little kid now? Were you 11 years old?
I'm 1, I think, something. Nothing. It's like a male and a female talking to each other. I can't.
Could you please let me know if this is Mr. and Mrs. Sinfield? We have a lot of respect for both of you, Mr. Sinfield.
You are cooking.
Are you talking
said,
Are you talking to each other or are you talking
hello?
to us?
Have they? Ooh. Both types. Nice. Season. Upstairs. Stage, I think.
Is anybody here that still wants to talk to Devan or myself?
Excuse. We know. Little? Please.
We're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes. About a minute and a half. Is there anything else you would like us to...
I made this.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
That's nice. Most something. Did you speak? It said, I think it said uncool or something, and it like echoed. One would some difference. What arm is something? Slash. He just doesn't know that.
I don't think they're talking to me. Is there anybody else that would like to talk
Ooh. It was like static talking. He was like, it was weird. The fight.
Did the lighthouse keepers fight over who's in charge?
8th or 7. Is that a kid? I think it said.
Devan is a kid, yes. He's 16.
I think I heard 3 months, something. Come on.
No, I promise you, he's 16.
And why is it not afraid, or why am I not afraid? Something.
He's a very brave 16-year-old.
Is that you guys? The
That's-
harvest or something like that?
That's not us. That is the clock above the doorway in the kitchen. Can you hear the clock chime?
Dirty.
The clock is dirty.
See who something. Separate? I think I just heard this ghost is something special.
This ghost is special. You're all special because what you did was a very courageous job.
Egypt? I think it's maybe.
Are you a soldier that served in Egypt? I know World War One.
Please, hold on.
Do you not want us to walk out quite yet?
I don't like. Around here.
You don't like it around here.
Many.
Many what?
Get it.
How can we help?
Heal. Or something.
Heal? Do you need help healing? How can we help you?
Bro. Or bro. Hit me down, I think.
Are you a soldier that was shot down?
I'm inside, I'm guessing, but it cut off.
All right, I'm gonna top Devan out. Done.
Hmm?
I'm gonna top you out. All right.
Oh my god. Was I facing this way?
You were all over the place. Like
I
walking back and
thought I
forth.
was facing this way.
Give it to me. All right. What we're going to do, two separate experiments now.
Okay.
We are going to leave this camera running for about 15 minutes. We have our laser grid, thank you. The K2 meter is right here. I'm actually gonna move it up just one right there.
I'm not gonna lie, while I was doing this, I swear I felt like I could see like in my eyes like a woman here and then like another woman in that doorway, like talking to someone in that room.
You got some crazy stuff, and I'll tell you in a minute.
Like it was in my head, like I can image it in my head.
Move the K2 towards the wall more, because I can't really see the light. No, towards the wall. That's good. We've got the laser grid on. Okay. What we're going to do, we have the digital recorder running. I'm going to stop it, start a new session. Devan and I are going to walk out for about 15 minutes and leave just the laser grid and the digital recorder running. And then we're going to come back. We're going to do the same exact thing in the tower. And then we will see where that takes us. So I'm going to stop it. Restart the recorder. Leave that right there. The recorder is right here. So I'm putting it right next to the camera, and we're gonna walk out.
By the way, while I was doing that, there was like 15 spirits talking.
Were you hearing different voices?
Yeah, there was two. It sounded like there's two females, like an older man, like a kind of raspy-ish. Sounded like there was a little girl.
Hold on. I want to first of all, you have your phone on you?
It's in my back.
Make sure you
I told you it would be back, and we haven't even left the building yet.
have your phone so we can time this. I want to make sure this is dark enough to get everything. All right, we are gonna have to turn the kitchen light off for just a second, but don't leave, just stand next to the kitchen light for a second. All right, that's perfect. All right.
So we thought the camera going in and out of focus was just because we were still kind of playing around with the lights, and you're going to see it do that. It wasn't until we were reviewing evidence that we noticed it does that frequently throughout the next 15 or 20 minutes. Even when we weren't even in the building, it was having a hard time focusing. I will go through some of the things that we caught while we were out of the building. Let me know if you see anything different or hear anything different than what we have. The first thing you're going to hear in the background are several little high-pitched beep, 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 beep. It almost sounds like a weird Morse code. That goes on for several minutes. I'm not going to play all of them throughout the several minutes, but it does go on for a good 3-4 minutes. You're also going to hear some loud bangs underneath that, or over top of that, however you want to say that. Let me know if you hear something different. About 2.5 minutes later, you're still going to hear that rhythmic kind of beeping or whatever, or ticking in the back. There's no clocks anywhere near us. The clock that was closest to us was the chimes you had heard that were hanging on the upper part of a wall in the kitchen about 2 rooms away. You're going to hear the ticking again and then another loud bang, but this one is a little faint. In this EVP, it is another 2 minutes later, and you hear what sound like voices, multiple voices, talking in the background. There are no open windows in the building. About 2.5 minutes later, you hear voices again. And again, there are no windows open, and Devin and I are nowhere near the building. Even to use the restroom, we are nowhere near that building. Take a listen. But the best part about what we found when we left everything running and left the building is this. About 25 minutes in, all of our light grid disappears. We have that one tiny little green light still going in the lower right corner. And again, we don't know if this is coming from our grid light or from what we saw earlier, and it just happens to be sitting there. But the more we watched it, we saw this. Too fast? Let me slow it down for you. There appears to be a flash of light that we can't figure out where it comes from. If you look at the earlier shots of the hallway, or even now as we are entering back in, it can't come from us. And I edited out about another 7 minutes between that light flash and when we come back in. So it's not one of our flashlights. And for anybody that wants to see it, I can show you the unedited footage. We went back the next day and even tried to debunk it, and we were not able to. Now we move everything to the tower and do the same experiment where we leave for 15 minutes.
All right, guys, if you're here, please feel free to talk into the red light, touch the red light here. Please don't turn my camera off again. Please, we come here all the way from Erie, PA to see you. We're on the other side of the lake. If it turns out to get them, we're going to send them on top of it. Right? Well, put it, no, because there's nothing recording it. If you want to put it on, that's fine. Let's stick it in here. We'll put all our equipment in here.
So during this time, we actually, both the first video where the camera shut off and the second video, we got a lot of audio evidence. The first one, I'm still trying to reach out to Dave, our tour guide at the Dunkirk Lighthouse, to find out where this could have come from. We didn't hear this at any point in time throughout our time there. We didn't hear this in any of our video recording, audio recording, but it's a little creepy. Tell me what you think. This is as we are leaving after placing our equipment. There are no chimes on the door, which again, I have the original evidence and recordings if anybody wants to hear it. We didn't hear it with our own ears, and I can't tell you where it came from. Take a listen. I can't tell you for the life of me where the wind chimes came from. I can't tell you. Now, if it's something we overlooked, that's why I have an email out to Dave to see if he can debunk that for us, but no clue where the wind chimes came from. As for the screen in front of you, the red light is our REM pod a few steps up the tower, and that greenish yellow light or white light, whatever, that's staring at you, it is actually a green light. That is our K2 meter. So at this point, Devin and I have left the building once again, and we hear on the recorder when we were reviewing what sounds like something being thrown in the tower. About 20 seconds later, we hear what either sounds like something else being thrown or footsteps. This next recording actually sends chills down my spine every time I listen to it. It is from our first attempt at recording when the video got shut off, but the audio recorder was still going. And I honestly wonder if this is the sound of them turning my video off. I cannot tell you what those 3 staticky taps are, but they creep me out. The craziest part is even while adding the audio into this, I can see the audio waves and stuff like that. And each subsequent tap, the first, second, third, it gets louder with each tap. And you can actually see that on my audio bars that it is registering and it is growing in intensity with each tap. So even in the tower and not in the main part of the house, we're about 2 rooms removed, we still continue to get those same knocking sounds. So this is another one that kind of creeped me out. This is still on that first attempt at recording. You're going to hear us enter into the house. Before we even make it back to the recorder, and you can tell by just hearing the distance in our voice, is more of that static tapping. Not sure what is causing that. As you can hear, we're nowhere near the recorder, but you hear that same staticky tapping on the recorder. Don't know what causes that. Now I'm going to go through and just play the evidence from the second recording or the second attempt. That is what you are watching on the screen, is that recorder going in the tower with the REM pod and the K2. And I'm just going to play through the evidence that we got. A lot of the same consistent evidence: knocking, things being thrown, what sounds like faint male voices, and footsteps. So, as always, let me know what you think and if you hear anything different. So that was our trip to Dunkirk. It really did not disappoint. I got back to the hotel to see Youngin was still awake. We did go the next day to try and debunk the light, and this is what we found.
Good.
All right. Hey guys, so we are back at Dunkirk the next morning because we caught some crazy evidence that we are actually trying to debunk, and Devin and I don't think we can. So what you saw in the hallway was the light flash on the wall. If possible, it would have had to have come through here. Hold on, bud.
No, can I come
In a minute. So there's the bathrooms down there. So even if we were walking the path, that path does not line up. It comes up to the brick. If we were to do it here, I would have to be like up and over, but as you saw in the video, when you walk in, there's another door, the stove, the cabinets, and there's a basement staircase and a regular staircase. So we know it couldn't have come that way. From here, this is the only window you have. And again, that would have to go through the icebox, the sink, and everything else. And then next thing you know,
Mommy.
hold on, buddy. Next thing you know, you're at the lighthouse keeper's office.
Mommy.
So as far as the light on the wall anomaly goes, looks like it's real because we can't debunk it. So we'll let you know what else we find.
Mommy, can
And that's a wrap. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite videos. Till next time.